Warning, this YouTube video is not targeted for children. It may include harsh language, bad imagery and other stuff not meant for children. Thank you.
Hello there guys, Francis Gray here, and today we're going to be making a female resin anime kit on a character called Kurouma. Okay guys, so this is a private commission and it's all resin parts. This is what the figure should look like once built. So it's obviously a anime character, female and quite curvy in appearance. So I've done a bit of research and I believe the character is called Kurouma, K-U-R-O-U-M-A. I know I butchered that pronunciation, so apologies for that. Apparently once built it's 26 centimeters tall. There's 20 parts in the kit and it's roughly 1:6 scale. Now there's 19 parts here. There was an extra part that came with the kit because there was two build-up options. Basically it's the exact same figure, but one option was with the bikini on and the other option was with the bikini off. So I can't show the off version because I think Mummy YouTube will probably come along and spank me and my video will be took down. So apologies for that. But luckily the client wants the clothed version of the kit, so I can go ahead and I can document it and show you guys the build. So yeah, first things first. Now they all come with these extra bits of tags where they've obviously been moulded, so they will need to be taken off. So for the next part I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove all those parts, sand down the seams, and then hopefully we can start grey priming. Okay guys, so at first glance that seemed to have gone really well, so I'll just go ahead and I'll just do a quick check. Okay guys, this doesn't seem to want to fit too well. There you go guys, that fits a lot better. So obviously there will be a seam line that I'll need correcting. Okay guys, so at first glance all the parts seem to fit together really well. So yeah, so I'm going to give these a quick clean with the brush, get rid of all the little bits of dust that might have gone into all the nooks and crannies. And then I believe we can start grey priming them. Okay guys, so now that all these parts have been grey primed, I'm going to go in with a basic flesh tone of Humbrol number 61 regular flesh colour. Okay guys, you get the basic idea, so it's going to take me a while to give each one of these multiple layers. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that and I'll see you in the next section. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do to the hair is I'm going to give it a few coats of this dark blue from Badger. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry. I might go over it again for second coat. Okay guys, so for the arms, I'm just going to go in with some regular black acrylic. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave these to dry. Once dry, I'm going to go ahead and give it a few coats of gloss varnish. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint some of these little side accessory parts with some regular black acrylic. Okay guys, so for the next bit I'm going to go in with some red watercolour and I'm going to give it a quick red wash and then gently dab off the excess with a kitchen towel, and that should give us some nice shade into the skin tone. Okay, so as you can see there, that has worked really nice. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same for this piece, but I'm not going to show it because I don't want Mummy YouTube to spank me. So yes, I'm going to do that and then I'll catch you in the next section. Okay guys, so now that we've got the skin tones drying, for the next stage I'm going to go ahead and do the legs. But I'm not going to go ahead and do the red like we did in the last bit, because these are going to be mimicking see-through tights. So I'm going to do them with some watercolour black. Now this might take a couple of coats. Okay guys, so you get the general idea. So what I'll do next is I'll go out and I'll give it a quick simple blast of matte varnish. I won't go too crazy, because if you go too crazy then it makes the watercolour run. So it's just a light little spray on all sides and then just hang it up via one of these pegs. So yes, so I'll go ahead and I'll do that now. Okay guys, so as you can see there, the matte varnish has dried and has left the watercolour. It's okay to touch now, and it looks like it's semi-transparent, so it looks like it's like a tight material. So for the next stage, we're going to go in with just some regular black acrylic, and I'm going to paint the shoes, and I'm also going to add a little bit of layer to the top part of the inside leg, basically just to, when it comes together, I don't want any of this grey poking through, so it'll just darken it down, I suppose. Okay guys, so they get the basic idea. I'm going to do the exact same with the other leg, and then I'll catch you in the next bit.
Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some clear gloss and I'm going to take my time and I'm going to paint these shoes. Okay guys, so the exact same thing I'm going to do to the other leg and I'll catch you in the next bit. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some white acrylic and I'm going to paint a base coat for the eye, for the eyes, and there's a row of teeth here. I don't know if they're showing up on the camera. And then yeah, I'm going to add a bit of white because we want to paint the tongue red, so that'll heighten the vibrancy of the red.
What?
So yeah, so there's no point going too in detail with painting the iris of this eye because, as you can see there, by the time the hair's added, you're not going to see the eye anyway. So yeah, so let's go ahead and add some white. Okay, so for the next bit I'm going to go in and I'm going to start laying some of the black around the bikini with some just regular black acrylic. Okay guys, so I'll go ahead and leave that to dry. Now I'll go ahead and I'll do the exact same with the other part. Okay guys, so for the next part, now I need to get this small black ring to glue to the neck. So it's a bit of a weird shape, so I need to find that. I think that is the right size or stance for it. Okay guys, that seems to be right, but it's a bit of a tight fit. So yeah, I'm just going to have to put some super glue in there and I'm just going to have to try and get it as best as I can. Okay guys, that seems to be as good of a fit as I can get. So I'm quickly going to chuck the hair on just to see if that still lines up. So yeah, the front part's fine. And the back part's fine. So yeah, so go ahead and I'll leave that dry and then we'll add the little cross. Okay guys, so for the next part, now I went through a transfer tattoo sheet and I found this one here that I think would work really nice on the bottom of her back here. Now it might be a bit tricky to get it in place, but I do think it would be the perfect tattoo. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out and then I'm going to apply it to some water and we're going to try and get it on the back. leave that to dry, and then we can go in with some acrylic black and we can top up the tattoo. Okay guys, so I'm going to go in with some black acrylic and I'm going to top up this tattoo. Okay guys, so we'll go ahead and we'll leave that to dry and then we'll give it a quick blast of matte varnish. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix some epoxy resin and then glue this together. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll add some clamps on this and then we'll leave it to dry and then hopefully it's all nice and solid. Okay guys, so for the next bit I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this little cross to the neck part. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry. Okay guys, it's time I go ahead and I add the legs. So same again, epoxy resin, part A, part B, mix together and then leave to dry. Okay guys, so while I've got some epoxy already mixed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and glue this arm as well. Okay guys, so sorry that I might have missed some of that. Basically I mixed too much epoxy resin and all the parts needed gluing anyway, so I thought I might as well go ahead and get it done. But as you can see there, all the parts went together really well. So yes, so I'll leave that to dry and then we'll crack on with the accessories. Okay guys, so I had to remove the back of the hair basically because I forgot to add the straps to the top of a bikini or a bikini top. So yeah, so for the next part I'm going to try and get this fit into place and I'm going to add some little bits, dabs of super glue, and then hopefully we can get this glued in place. Okay guys, so I'll go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the back as well. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry and then we can go back and add the hair again. Okay guys, so for the next part I need to just go ahead and add the back of the hair back in place. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry. Okay guys, so for the next part I've got a tiny little bit of milliput mixed and we need to go in and we need to sculpt over this seam line. Okay guys, I think that'll do. So I'll leave that to harden and dry and hopefully we might be able to take a little bit of sanding block and smooth that down a little bit, but I think it should work great. So I've got a tiny little bit mixed, so I'm just going to connect these little straps here. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with a small file and I'm going to take off some excess on the top. Okay guys, a little bit of clean-up work still needs to be done, but for the most part I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll leave that to get some air to it and let it dry a bit more, and then and then we can paint over it with some more blue. Okay guys, I'm going to go in with some more blue from Badger, some dark blue from Badger, and then I'm going to paint the hair. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some of this metallic blue paint from Crawford and black, and then go over the top of the hair. Okay guys, you get the basic idea, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry, and I might give it one more coat, but overall I really like the look of that. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some of these side little tassels, and I'm going to attach a little dab of super glue on the back, and we're going to carefully nestle it in place. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry, and then I'll do the other side. Okay guys, so I had a bit of a seam line problem here. There was, every time I painted over it, I was hoping the paint would have got rid of it, but every time I painted over it and the paint settled, it showed up another seam line. So I went over with a tiny little bit of wood filler, white wood filler, and I just went over the seam, and I've left it to dry, and then we can give it a very light sanding, and hopefully we can paint over it and it'll get rid of that seam line. So the rest of the hair is fine, that worked fine, but for this one part the seam just kept popping up all the time. It was driving me insane.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
So yeah, so while we're waiting for that to dry, one of the last final steps is I'm going to go in with some gloss varnish, and I'm going to gloss the eye, the mouth and the bottom of the shoes. Okay guys, I'll just leave that to dry, and then I think she's done. Okay guys, so there she is, all finished and ready to be sent to the client. So I've had a blast making this. My favourite part was probably the tattoo on the lower back there. I think that turned out really nice. But overall, yeah, it was a nice kit to put together, and yeah, the only thing I'd say look out for was the seam connecting the two parts of the hair, but all the rest of it went together pretty easily, or pretty well. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this build, please smash that like button and share on Facebook and Twitter, because it helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I'm always appreciative. Thank you for your help. If you have any comments, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future builds. So once again, I'm Francis Gray, and this was the build of the character Kurouma. And yeah, see you in the next build. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.